Newhart show is entering its 3rd season, and to spice things up, they've added another character. His name is Peter Scolari. Is that the Italian?
That's pretty close. Yeah, that's not bad.
But you've seen him before on the other network.
Yes, some other network that now I can't seem to place the number or name. But yeah, some other network, I did another show with some other guy.
I think it was Bosom Buddies.
That has a distinct ring to it.
And Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Does that have a ring?
Hanks.
Hanks. Yeah. How soon they forget. And then Tom, after that was canceled, went on to do a delightful, delightful movie called Splash. Did you see it?
I certainly did.
Did you think Tom was funny?
I always think Tom is funny.
What happened to Bosom Buddies?
We were canceled.
Yeah.
It's news to you in Nebraska. No, we were canceled at the end of our 2nd season. And just when we started to think...
Just when you were on a roll.
We really were, and we really thought we were going to stick around at that time. All the other times we were sure we were going to be canceled, and we weren't. And then when we felt pretty good about it, that's when they said that.
Is that a great disappointment, Peter? Or you just say, ah, well, what the heck, you know, there's
It really wasn't in that case. We had been picked up in... that's a showbiz term. It's not. We had enough problems with people getting the wrong idea. No, we had been optioned for more shows about 17 times. In other words, we'd have done 6 and didn't know if we were going to do 4 more shows until 3 weeks from now or something. So that happened to us where we had that threat of cancellation almost every 2 months, it seemed. So when we were finally canceled, it was like, oh, okay, we can go home now, get other jobs? All right. And we kind of went on with it.
But how nice for you to be moving into a series that's already, you know, a set series, and Newhart is such a terrific.
It's a wonderful cast. They don't need me, but I mean, I'm glad that they see fit.
But how did you get it?
I guest starred for them a couple of times last year, playing this character, this television producer, and it seemed to work very well. In fact, the 2nd show was kind of written for me because of the success of the 1st. So.
Now, what's happening is that Newhart is expanding his horizon, shall we say, because he gets bored just sitting there around that place writing. So now he's going to have a little talk show, a little television talk show.
Yes.
And you are the producer.
I'm the TV producer, yes.
Well, you know, this should be interesting because all of the writers for this show, everybody knows television. So therefore, I mean, it's not something you have to work overtime at.
No, not to gather the values and the attitudes that might be appropriate for this particular character, no. We all kind of have them, you know, they're right there for us.
How about his timing, his comedic timing? Are you really aware of the way in which he does it?
You mean Bob? Now, yes, I am. And I say this to Bob, much to his chagrin, that I grew up watching him. Oh, he just loves that. He just loves when I talk about that I was 12 and watching him. But I was. I saw him, you know, on the Ed Sullivan Show. Of course, I watched his old show, which we don't talk about on the set. And I'm a big fan of his and always have been. So.
But it's his phrasing and delivery and the timing that's the key, because the line may not be basically that funny, but the way in which
Bob
he
is, as most people know, is a stammerer. That's what, and he'll be the first to tell you that. And he'll read a line. He'll have a certain line in the script, and he'll look up at you and go, "Well, that's at least a 4-blinker," you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he really
is a stammerer.
Yeah. Well, no, not. I mean, that's his the way he crafts his comedy is to say,
You're picking it up.
I see what you mean. Oh, it's contagious. I have to be careful.
Yeah. This guy is multi-talented. Among the many things he does is he is a juggler.
These are handballs. Where did you...
well, they're my racquet balls.
Oh, racquet balls.
I only had 2. Now, I was trying to find a bun for you, Peter, but I couldn't find a bun because you really have to have 3. Now, this is part of, I think, something to do with the lights.
Yeah, so this looks very show busy, doesn't it? Maybe the cameraman knows what he's frowning. It must be. Yeah, I'm sure these could be juggled. But it would be nice to have this kind of like off to the side so we can kind of focus in on it. But then, it almost hits you, Leta.
Listen, that's terrific
We're
because...
going to a little illusion effect here, you see.
Are we
carrying this?
Here.
It's all mirrors, and they're in my hair. Let's see if I can do a big finish for us now.
Hey, he really can't. And listen, to juggle this uneven, awkward piece as opposed to the 2 balls.
And these, although they don't look it, are about 18, 20 pounds apiece, aren't they? Yeah.
I'm really impressed. Did you do this on the Circus of the Stars?
I did a couple of times.
What did you juggle?
Well, 2 years ago now, I juggled normal props for jugglers, balls and clubs and knives. Last year I juggled on a high wire. They called me and said, "We loved you so much," I'm using the props here, "loved you so much that we want you to now juggle on a high wire." So I did. Last year I passed 6 objects with another juggler who was safely on the pedestal while I was out there at 20 feet.
Did you have a net underneath?
We had a stuntman's airbag. It's a little different than a net, because a net would, on a high wire, wouldn't really work, because you don't have, you'd need to fall and bounce in the net, and you would bounce right to the floor with a high wire. Yeah. So we use an airbag, which is about 4 feet high, and it looks like a pillow when you're when you're up there.
Do you remember the guy who had the pyramid, the 7-layer pyramid?
Walinda,
What was his,
of course, yeah.
Walinda,
Rest in
a
peace.
number of years ago, had come to Omaha, Nebraska, and he was going to do the circus there. And they called me and asked me if I would walk the high wire with Carl Walinda. And I said, the Carl Walinda of the Flying Walindas, the Carl who killed his mother and father and brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts?
He's quite a family man, yeah.
They said, oh, yeah, but he's not going to kill you.
He's just going to maim you.
His family's expendable, but I'm okay. And then I said, what about the net? And they said, what net? I said, no, thank you. Yes, but no, thank you.
I think he made a good decision.
2 weeks later, he was killed.
Oh, in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They never worked with a net.
They never worked. I know, and yeah, don't do that anymore. Don't juggle on the high wire, because we need you in the series.
Thank you.
Now, would you set up this duck hunting scene for us?
Oh,
Peter?
this is a wonderful little clip. Not me, of course, but Bob in it. I, as this talk show producer, get Bob out on a... He's going to go hunting anyway with these fellows from Vermont. I decide I have to come along and film it. So being this important producer that I am in Norwich, Vermont, I bring a handheld camera and I film this. But of course, in bringing all this stuff into this duck blind that's been built, I forget to tie off the boat. So
We'll find out
what happens is that we're all kind of trapped there and we're probably going to die. Level with me, Dick. Why is it everyone is always on my case? I mean, first this party thing with Stephanie, and now the guys with this life and death business.
Well, maybe it's because it's your fault. I mean, did you ever think of that?
No. Well, take this fight with Stephanie. Was I wrong?
Well, I've only heard her side of it, but she said that she was looking forward to this party, and then you broke the date at the last minute, but I'd be glad to listen to your side.
That is my side.
Well, then you were wrong to break the date.
Well, Dick, I had to do it. You wanted to do this duck hunting show.
No, you wanted to do the duck hunting show. That's your problem. You won't take responsibility for things you do. I mean, just once I would like to hear you say, it's all my fault.
Well, Dick, just show me something that's my fault.
The thing with Stephanie, the bubble guy you tried to stick me with, the fact that you didn't tie off the boat and we're all going to die here.
Well, Dick, it's a poor workman that blames his tools.
Oh, no, don't die. We need you. You'll be a breath of fresh air on a delightful series already. Good luck to you, Peter Scolari. You've done good, and if something happens with this series, you can come to Lincoln and juggle for us
that's nice.
on a show that we have.
Okay.
Would you do that?
I would.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Newhart is the program. You can watch it here on 10/11. Please stay tuned. There's more to come as 10/11 Morning continues.